Good morning. Today is the LS350Z day. As I told you in the last video, we are going to be working on that today. You can see I already got my coffee, but we have a bunch of things we need to do before we start working on it, and one of them is going to the store and getting some parts that I need. So let's get up out of here. All right, we're gonna run in here, Ace Hardware, grab some black spray paint for the white car. Like I told you guys in the last video that I'm going to be painting the interior parts. I also have to grab some self-tapper slappers. Me and Mike used all of them for various projects, so I need to do it for my bumper for the LSZ. Okay, and got the big box of the self-tappers, the paint, and we're ready to go. So we're just getting home. Turn this on. All right, you guys can see this. This is like really bothering me, and I don't like things looking like crap. And since this is gonna have to dry anyway, before we get started on the exhaust here, I think we're gonna fire just a single layer of paint on here and see how it looks, let it dry, and then we'll get started on this. Just kind of hang that there. There, we'll let that dry. Came out really good. A couple other pieces that I was telling you I want to paint are like this right here. You can see it's kind of scratched up. This is scratched up. These are the things around the doors I was telling you about. Maybe the center console stuff, but I don't know for sure. But we're not going to get into that today. That'll be for another video. So now we're going to get started on the exhaust. I can't wait to get this thing on. Okay, and to explain, before we put the exhaust in, you can see the back bumper has this center part hanging down. When Mike had it on his car, I really liked the fact that you could see the muffler. It's all polished and nice. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna use the self-tappers to kind of put this up here and create kind of that vision. So I need to get with that. I have 5 self-tappers that I'll probably place equally spaced along here, and I got big washers so it doesn't rip through. I know it is polyurethane, but this has got quite a bit of tension on it and I don't want it to rip through, so I got some big washers, and then we'll secure it that way. Okay, so here's the washer, self-tapper. It'll kind of go through like this, more surface area, and then it'll just go up that way. Okay, so that's essentially what it set up. So now the tips will come out on each side, and then you'll be able to see the muffler. Looks a lot more aggressive this way too. I really love this style. Now reassembled, repurposed, you can see, looks almost brand new. Kind of happy about this part now. After I do the door handles and the other stuff, I think the interior is gonna look super clean. Okay, let's get back to the exhaust. You can see my man Victor showing up. We got the exhaust over here. I had to take a pit stop for a few. I had to go get some food. I had to run the DMV, but we have the exhaust over here, and we are gonna get ready to lay it up, tighten it up, and put the car on the ground and see how it sounds. It's all right. All right, so the exhaust is finally mounted. For whatever reason, Mike's exhaust is like, what, like a half an inch?
Yeah.
At least a half an inch shorter than this one. So we were kind of fighting it a little bit, but now you can see it's solid. It's not going anywhere, no noises. Time to hear how it sounds. All right, so the exhaust sounds really good. I'm gonna move the car over onto this side now because I'm gonna start prepping it for the fenders. I haven't showed y'all this yet. So these over fenders I got off of one of my followers. You guys know when I went to Winter Jam, I damaged the side of the car and it was time for do like wide body. They're only 15 mil over, but I wanted to dress up the car, cover that up, make it look nice. And so we got these jammies all cleaned up. Okay, and now the car is on the side and it's a new day. Yesterday got kind of hectic. We ran out of time, and the stuff that I want to do on this car right now, it was going to take a little bit too long. So we're on day 2. I think right now you guys have all seen, you guys have all commented that my steering wheel is far off. I'm trying to get an alignment appointment before, but before I do that, I noticed that when I steer, if I go from one side, like lock to lock, I have a lot more turning on one side than I do the other, which means that my steering, the steering wheel probably isn't directly in the center. So what I think I'm gonna do is try and put the wheel straight, and you know, my steering wheel will be cocked off to like the 10 o'clock position. I'm gonna try and take the steering shaft off and set it to the 12 o'clock position, at least to get it a little bit more in line, and see if I can get it closer to be lock to lock the same amount of turns. I think it's like 1.5 or 1 3/4 turns from the center. So I'm gonna try and do that. We're gonna jack the car up, and I don't know, we're gonna see how this happens. So let's get on it. Before we jack it up, I have the wheel set at the straight right now. At least it's straight down there, but it's at the like 11 o'clock position, or rather, sorry, 1 o'clock position. It's the opposite way. I thought it was actually going the other way, but it's going towards the passenger side. So I kind of have it set. Now we'll jack it up and we'll get this taken care of. Okay, so now the car is jacked up. This is gonna give me a good opportunity to be able to check everything underneath here too. Make sure that there's no more leaks, no issues, no damage. So far everything looks good. So steering shaft is right up here. I'm gonna try and take it off of here, rotate the steering wheel, and then put it back. Okay, and so give you an idea what I did. I measured on the steering rack from this point to this point. It was 3 inches and 3 inches. So I know that the rack is about in the center. And then I took off the upper steering bolt and the one that goes on the rack. So this whole collar will slide. And now you can see wheels straight. And if I come in here, I have a straight steering wheel. So at least for the drive down, the steering wheel will be straight. I still do need to get an alignment. I'm waiting to hear back to see if they can fit me in before we leave, but at least I know that my steering wheel isn't gonna be all cocked off before we drive down. So making progress. I'm gonna clean up some stuff underneath, check like nut and bolt check, make sure that there's no leaks, no surprises, and then this car will be ready for a test drive. and we are home. This exhaust sounds so good. Now that it's out of the garage, now you guys can finally get the full walk around and see. Kind of has like an MR2 vibe for those of you that know about the MR2s, but this one is just much more aggressive. This car hasn't been out of the garage in a long time, ever since I had that power steering issue. But now that that's all taken care of, now I can set the alignment up, get everything ready. The reliability is there because of the LS3. I don't think there's going to be any issues driving it to Southern California or even daily driving it. Now I have like the tags, the registration, the insurance, the smog, all the stuff done on the car. Now it's just going to be a badass street car. So I look forward to meeting you guys, seeing you guys on the streets, driving this thing around. You guys know that I have this big project. If you guys been following the build, you know I have a lot of big plans for this car. We're cruising right along with that. We've only had it for a few days, and if you guys have seen, I've had 2 videos on it. Mostly interior work, engine and exterior work is all gonna be later on down the road. But yeah, I mean, back to this. This is all ready to go. I'm super excited about this weekend for the society meet. If you guys get a chance, come down. It's in Rolling Heights, California. For those of my Southern California followers, anybody that's up here in Northern California, if you're gonna take the trek down, I look forward to meeting you. But I think that's it. I think we're gonna wrap this video up. I mean, I'm just stoked. We do still have some prep stuff. I'm gonna be helping Mike get his car. It's actually still at works, so we actually have to go pick that up probably within the next, I don't know, rest of the day today or tomorrow. We're gonna be working on that. So I'll make sure I'll be vlogging that. I'm sure he'll be vlogging that, show you the crazy steps to get all the cars ready before we take this long trip down. So thank you guys for rocking with me. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for the support, the love, the DMs, the comments. Nothing but good vibes on this channel. And you know, it's a special thanks to you because you guys are the ones that help keep it going. So thank you. But yeah, let's wrap this up so that way I can get this thing back in here. I am going to be making another video on that either today or tomorrow. We got other goodies going into this. So anyway, much love. Peace.